Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Rome 2 siege for you, and this is a 3v4 with an excellent ending, so I definitely recommend checking this out to the end. But yes, this was sent in by a member of the Discord, and this is a really good one. So we have Pontus, Macesli, and Nabatea defending today against Galatia, Iceni, Egypt, and Seleucids, who are assaulting over here. And we can only see a small amount of their army, but you presume the rest is hidden away in the forest over there. And yeah, so if you'd like to send in your own replays to then feature on the channel and get your name in the lights, then you can send them in. The link for the description is in the, well, yeah, link for Discord is in the description. There we go. And also, don't forget to leave some love and a sub. And we are working our way towards 2k subs. We are so close. Thank you all for all the support, and keep it up. So as you can see here, Seleucids are sending forward some thorax swords. A usual unit to send forward first. A very heavy melee infantry unit, and it will probably do a lot of damage to a lot of these units. There's Legionnaires here, which will probably be a good match, but these Desert Vigiles will certainly be easy meat, along with the slave infantry. So it looks like a siege tower is coming onto this wall as well to try and threaten this flank of the Maceslis, but I mean, they could take this. I mean, actually, then they can get off here, so they have to defend it. They could just defend. They don't even need this unit here on the wall. They could just defend down here, and they could just let them come off the wall as they like attack down there. But it looks like Seleucus is going to fall back. He's decided, no, I've knocked holes in the wall. I'm now going to fall back, unless he's going to set up something like an elephant, possibly, or chariots, possibly, and try and destroy the front line. But it looks like Iceni as well is setting up his heavy onager a little bit closer for some apparent reason. Maybe get some better shots. It looks like Iceni's army and like Egypt's going to do a similar sort of assault. You can see Iceni has spammed out the galleries here, these heavy galleries. So he really wants to protect his troops. And it looks like Galatia is going forward. Now Galatia is sending a lot of troops through only a very few, like, small amount of choke points by the looks of it. He's opened up one here with artillery, one here with a tortoise, and he's going to open up another in a moment. But really, I mean, he should certainly start saving his ammo. I mean, he's just firing at, I don't know what there. Yeah, he definitely wants to be sending more troops in. I mean, Pontus could definitely take advantage and just defend these choke points. If Galatia sends all his army through these tiny little spots, he's got a really good chance of getting victory there. But Egypt is now also landing stuff on the walls. I don't know why he's sending troops this way, because they can't get off the wall. They'll have to come down this little spot here. Again, you could just block these two units on this wall. If you just put a unit there. So I mean, the defenders, I'm not saying they made any mistakes, because obviously it's a 3v4. They're going to be overstretched, so they're going to have to be very tactical about this. But they might miss a few tricks there. Maybe made it easier for them. But you can see Egypt's now getting off the walls, and he's in. And it looks like, yes, Seleucus is falling back again. He's just had a very bizarre tactic. I mean, this siege tower is now 41% fire damage. Maybe he was worried about that, but I mean, it would have been a lot longer before that thing would have died. Who knows? Who knows? But it doesn't look like anyone started combat just yet. Egypt and Galatia look like they're most likely to start their fight against Pontus. Nabatea looks like he's mainly like a reserve army. Looks like Pontus and Macesli are going to take most of the first wave, and we'll see like Nabatea will just fill in the holes if any do start to appear. I mean, they are making it too hard on the attackers. They're not attacking on every front. Like, if they attacked over here as well, they could send an army here. They just really stretch the defenders, which they might want to do. But they've decided to all attack fairly close together, so it allows the defenders to kind of group up a little bit more, and it doesn't make that 3v4 as daunting. You can see here we've got lots of javies going on from the thorax spears, doing a fair amount of damage to these thorax swords, and the thorax swords are going to reply with their own javies. You can see them there, throwing their javies at the thorax spears. They have a lot more javies in their department than the thorax swords. They have about 2 thorax swords. I don't know, the thorax spears might have as many as like half a dozen. But yeah, they're doing a lot of damage as well back. They are killing quite a lot of these guys. And it looks like that's been enough to aggravate Pontus to send... Oh, these aren't even thorax, these are Pontic swords. So they probably have just as many. But there's thorax spears in behind. They'll do a lot more damage. But these are some pretty well chevroned up Pontic swords. And here we go, the first clash of infantry is underway. And it'll be interesting to see who wins this one. Could go either way. And you can see already these thorax swords are going to get in behind. So they've missed out on a trick here. Well, it's not missed out on a trick. But Egypt has done a very nice little trick here. And Pontus has been caught out. And he may lose this unit because, I mean, Egypt could just do the same route, and now this unit's now holding this spear in place. So you can just charge in the back of this one. It's already losing anyway. You can see here, Nabatea having to send up some Nabatean swords already. And, I mean, they're fairly well chevroned. We've got some Pontic swords here doing their bit. Not a good sign if the reserve army's already been sent up in the first few seconds. Not a good sign at all. And over on the far side, it looks like Galatia is again fighting, and it's again against Pontus. This is a thin Pontic line, made up of like hoplites and more Pontic swords. These Legionnaires for Galatia are really nasty. Galatia arguably is probably one of the most dangerous factions on the battlefield today, I'd say. Their Legionnaires are very similar, obviously, to like the, well, in power to like the Romans. They obviously look nothing like the Roman Legionnaires, but they're trained just as well. And they have the ferocity of legions. So it'll be interesting to see if Pontus can hold them back. Certainly Nabatea is going to have to send up some reserves. Some pikes in this area would be very nice. Obviously it could be a bit early for them, because obviously there'll be a lot of archer ammo still going around. But certainly pikes would be a good idea. We've got some desert cohort going up, so we're going to have the Mesacles, like, Roman sort of styled units going up against the Galatian Roman styled sort of units. So that'll be good. So yeah, the two factions that have Roman styled units but aren't Rome going up against each other, that'll be really good. And yeah, Egypt's now just spilling in everything. You've got more Thor spears coming in. I mean, he definitely could try and stretch the line. He could put these Thor spears on the wall here, and then Javi down. That'd be a really nice flanking shot. And I mean, Nabatea and Mesacles have troops here, but they don't go still quite a way. And actually, it does look like he's doing it. It looks like the player is just, no. I thought he was going to go and do it, but maybe not. And Iceni's kind of a little bit late to party. I mean, so is obviously Seleucid. He just knocked some holes in the wall and then decided to change his mind. But Iceni probably doesn't need the siege equipment anymore. There's all this siege equipment already ready and primed. He could just go in. I mean, he might not want to go in the same choke points, but he could definitely go up here, come around and do some problems, and maybe link up with the Seleucids. But yeah, that first like engagement is now gone. The Pontic swords died there. The Thoros spears now doing their bit, holding these guys back. They might hold a little longer, but in the long run, these guys are probably still going to die. These Thoros swords are they're pretty nasty, or can be sometimes. They're either like a flop or they're not good, in my opinion. Like a flop or they're good. Sorry. So yeah, there's no in between. They never have an average game. As a very heavy sword unit, I expect them to do really well. They've got to do really well. But yeah, you can already see this outer layer of defense is just getting overwhelmed by the attackers. So it's going to be an interesting one. See how like the defenders can come back from this. But yeah, look at these guys, all bloodied up already. Seen a bit of action. Some guy just getting murdered there. Don't mind him. We've got more fighting around here. And yeah, these Pontic swords getting surrounded now. F in the chat for these guys. They've only been on the battlefield about 5 minutes and they're going to die. Actually, maybe they're being spared a little, like just being murdered, but they're going to die anyway. These Galatian Legionnaires are just so strong. So damn strong. And the guy's spammed out like hundreds of them. His army's literally made up, all his swords, or all his melee is made up of these Legionnaires. And I don't blame him. They are really, really good. His archers are the Syrian archers as well, the mercenary Syrians. They're good. Unfortunately, obviously, it's only the mercenary variant, so you can only bring 3. But it just allows you to bring another Galatian Legionnaire, plus potentially. You can see these guys now fighting out again. That Pontic swordsman's gone deep into enemy lines. He's probably never going to be seen again. And they're just firing, like, every archer is like firing as much as possible. That's a really good angle, to be fair. If these Nabatean or noble swords here for Nabatea can hold them in place, they could allow those eastern archers in the back lines there, you can see them. They're firing over and then just shooting to the backs. So, I mean, if they can get, like, they could rack up hundreds of kills, potentially, if they can keep these 2 units in place, or just keep all these guys in place. They should do the same really on this side. They should get, like, another archer and shoot into the backs of this group here. And you can see Nabatea is actually sending some units around. He's wanting to carry this on. This is some more noble swords going around. They're going to try and hold these guys in place. They're going to need more than that, though. Oh, they might break, though, before these reinforcements arrive. They're not even going to try. They're going to just defend this new street. I don't know, that might be a trick they might have missed out there. That's a really good place to hold these guys. And these Galatian Legionnaires losing, you see. They are losing. I mean, one is winning decisively, the one is losing because it's getting shot in the back. It's a huge thing to do. And you can see here, Galatia's really like, I mean, he's got some pretty beat up units, but he is doing a lot of work in this early stage of the battle. Now, the Iceni setting up some Britain slingers. I'd definitely put these guys on the wall. I think slingers are better on like a wall in an elevated area. Like firing from here, they've got to get over their own troops, which are probably hitting, or like their allies' troops, to hit this front line. And I don't think that's worth the risk. Certainly like a slinger up there, like on top of that wall there, would be really nice. You could just fire down, and it would just get them really good kills. You could even shoot into the reserve lines, Nabatea. Yeah, Seleucid's still not doing anything. I've actually got no idea what this guy is doing. I don't know if he's AFK, or if he's like a newbie, or I don't know. But I just realised that Numidia, or Macedon, I'll probably just swap between the two. Have some cavalry around here with armoured Numidian riders here, and we've got some desert cavalry, some light cavalry. Really quick, hard to catch, very good to go after like archers, those guys. But yes, they will be able to do some like, well, they're already outside, but they can do some work possibly and do some selling. But yeah, here we go. So it looks like Seleucus is just like sending his, I don't know, he's got siege towers back here, and he's sending them up one by one. I don't really think he needs many more, to be honest. There's one here that's burning. Still at 41% fire damage. He only needs really one here. He's not actually picked the greatest area to attack. It's this tiny little corner here. And, I mean, Macedon can just kind of corner him, really, in this area. I mean, at the moment, Macedon is sending a lot of his reserves back to the other area because Seleucid isn't attacking. There's no need to have, like, as many troops as he has there. And you can see Numidia coming onto this flank is actually helping his desert cohort. Are just messing up these thorax swords. They're having a lot of joy here, the desert cohort. But they are going to move into the next units, which are thorax spears and more thorax swords. They might do just fine there. Yeah, these desert cohort, they're pretty nasty. If you don't know like the history, the Romans like needed allies during the Punic War, and Numidia, one of the Numidian tribes, was happy to side with them, and it's this tribe here, the Macedon, and they basically say, well, we will provide troops and horses if you train our men in the style of your legions. So the Romans agreed, and they trained some of the Numidian soldiers as legionnaires. Or apparently so. Anyway, that's how the story goes. I'm sure it's true. I'm pretty sure it's written down by some Roman scholar. I can't remember his name. There's so many Roman scholars. It's hard to keep track of them all. But yeah, so I mean, you can see here the Glacier is kind of stuck with a problem. If he attacks this way, he gets flanked from this way. But if he attacks that way, he gets flanked as well. Personally, I'd just get another unit up. I think these two could probably take on that noble sword. And you send a fresh unit of infantry and take these noble swords out. I think Nabatea, unfortunately, is just not going to be strong enough to defeat Galatia. His swords are just not as good. Nabatea's spears and pikes are really good. He's got pikes at the reserve. He's got like these thorax pikes. They will be great for late game because I think the only couple of factions that could bring them obviously are Seleucid and Egypt. And Egypt doesn't look like he's brought any. And actually Egypt's looking pretty short on infantry. Actually, I say that. I think he's still got quite a lot of stuff back here. Yeah, he's still got some. Oh, he's got pikes actually. He has got pikes. Okay, so maybe it's going to be a little bit harder than expected. But yeah, Seleucid's finally coming forward. The giant has awoken. I mean, Seleucid have probably got one of the best rosters and can be a game changer. So, I mean, they've got like elephants, they've got chariots, they've got good cav, fairly good infantry. Well, it actually is good infantry. Yes, they could be a game changer. I mean, at the moment, the defense seems to be coping, and it is basically just a 3v3. It's possibly even a 2v3 because the Iceni barely contributed. But yeah, so I mean, it's going to now sort of become a proper 4v3. As these factions still struggle it out in these streets here. Yeah, these Galatian Legionnaires are having a bit more of a hard time going up against the cohort. So yeah, they'll probably be just fine. I mean, look at that. I mean, this cohort is holding. It's combat even. It's fighting 4 units of Legionnaires. It's doing good. You cannot disrespect the desert cohort. But I mean, it looks like Numidia has broken. Not Numidia. Nabatea has broken through. Oh, no, Nabatea's not broken through. They're not attacking. Glacier's broken through. They're fighting here. I do apologize. And it looks like that's caused a lot of problems for Nabatea, who's just going to fall back. But he's leaving his archers out here. And these are good archers. I mean, even in combat at the end, like, they're pretty solid. Don't want to leave them just to, like, get condemned. And these guys still have ammo. They've got their bows out still. So, I mean, hopefully he realizes he needs to get these archers back because he's just abandoning them. Fall back, fall back. No, he's not going to. I don't think he's going to make it. Don't think he's going to make it. Oh no, what a big loss. This could be huge. And yeah, they're getting Javi. They're getting like, they lost about like 9 guys is there. Yeah, there you go. They're now running. The players realize he's like, oh god, run. And they should get back, I think. Yeah. Yeah, these Legionnaires are not, they're too tired. Yeah, they're going to get back behind the safety of their noble swords. So that is good to see. And yeah, another street and another square has been cleared out by the Galatians. They have done some work. And they could be the MVP, a potential MVP here. But yeah, we can see here now Seleucid is arriving on the walls. And I can see artillery firing. Who's firing artillery? I have no idea. There are defending artillery. But surely not, they're not firing already. No, the African launcher is still hidden. I don't know, I swear I saw an artillery ball like go and hit the wall on the inside, not on the outside. But I must be mistaken. Oh no, it might be here. This Eastern Bastion Ballista might have fired over here. I could be wrong. But yeah, I think these thorax are going to have a hard time. They will not get through this first line of Desert Legionnaires on their own, I don't think. You can see as they go in there. Oh, it looks so good, these units. Rome 2 still holds up to this day, in my opinion. Like, the models look great. But yeah, these guys, like, if you look at their helmets, they look very much like Republican style, like Roman, like Hastati sort of style. Yeah, I can hear artillery going off. I can't see any Seleucid. Not saying obviously Seleucid can't have some, but it may not be firing yet. And here we go. We can see Numidia's cavalry's coming around, the Desert Cavalry, and then some prime targets here, some good units to go after. Seleucid's one of those few factions that can spam out Syrian archers. I think it might be the only faction that can just spam them out as many as he wants. So these guys are nasty. You want to go after these. There might be another 2 as well loitering around, so they'll definitely be a good target. As you can see, already pushed back the first wave of thorax swords. It's going to take a lot more units. Oh, look at that. These Legionnaires like lost no men. One of the few things I do miss from Rome 1, but only... Oh yeah, it's firing onto the wall. It's been firing onto the wall. That's not a bad idea, but it's definitely risky. One of the few things though I miss of Rome 1, like the first Rome, is that men would fall off the wall if they got too close to the edge of the wall. I loved that, like, mechanic. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's the Briton artillery. It's trying to destroy a wall, I think. Yeah, it's trying to destroy this wall here. 28% damage. It's going to try and open up another breach here and then flank around the Mercedes position. Though it's kind of bizarre because, I mean, Seleucid has got troops ready, but, like, not really enough to, like, spring a surprise. Definitely this cavalry could go after the artillery over here, in fact. This is some really quick cavalry. You could definitely make it. Seleucid's, yeah, defending their archers like they're doing sensibly. They have got another 2 back here. Oh, but here you go. You can see another, like, section of the forces now arrive. We've got thorax pikes appearing. We're going to have Persian hoplites. I was about to say this is all the elite stuff, and then Persian hoplites appeared. Thoria spears. Yeah, here we go. I would not be surprised going at, like, the cost of these units. I've not seen any silver shields. I've not seen any, like, royal peltasts. Or like anything. I don't even know if they can get royal peltasts. Like, bet you, like, no really elite units. I would not be surprised if there's some elephants being brought by the Seleucids. That would be good if they have brought some. But yeah, these armored Numidians need to get moving. They're gonna get, well, jabbed in the back by all these thorough spears. Otherwise, oh, this could be a real issue. A real issue here. No, please move them. Please move your cavalry. This could be very nasty cav. Yeah, they're gonna set up here. Jabby throw going off, and yeah, look and see there, the cavalry did not like that. I don't even think they lost any men, but it won't be long. They'll throw in a second Jabby volley. I would probably be focusing down that desert cavalry as well. Oh, they are. They have the other unit doing just that. This one's going to take a lot more losses, a lot quicker. And there you go. Look at that. The cavalry's getting absolutely rinsed, and he's finally realized, and those units are in well, they're in a bit of trouble now. Looks like they're going to just go for a kamikaze charge now. They've realized that they're probably not going to survive much longer. And there you go. The Desert Cavalry goes without even getting a kill. This armored Numidian cavalry is still fairly good, though. It should be okay. But yeah, as I suspected, the Vigiles here not having a fun time against all this thorax. Ah, the silver shield in here. Ah, the silver shield swords in. They're winning first. That's a brave move. Oh yeah, he's spammed out his silver shields. I have a feeling he's probably brought a lot of silver shields. Yeah, he's brought loads of these, and it's going to be no elephants. Oh, that's a shame. I was thinking this was all thorax, and it's like he's surely brought elephants. But yeah, there's quite a lot of silver shields in there. They should be able to still hold they might still struggle against the cohort, is what I was going to say. Yeah, this cavalry's getting constantly harassed. It's like getting no kills. And it's going to get killed by like these Persian hoplites, I think. That's a real shame. And these archers here, they're focusing it down. You can be really good with your micro in Rome too when it comes to cavalry. Got to be up there and on it. Otherwise, you get punished like that. But back in the main streets over here, it looks like the Iceni finally joined the fight. There are some of their swords in here. Actually, no, there's some of their spears, I think. Yeah, what have they sent in? Oh, some chosen spear band. So, well, yeah, they're causing some issues. This desert cohort here might need replacing. But they are looking a little thin on like the defender's side. They could do with some either reserves coming up or I don't know. But yeah, balance of power is not looking good for them. How they are going to come back from this, I have no idea. If they do come back from this, they may not. But yeah, I mean, there's so many reserves. Like, they've got all these slingers here. I'd still think you should get these slingers up on the wall. They've got so much ammo left. They'll have, like, the attackers have been forced to attack. You know, the defenders, sorry, have been forced to use all their ammo so quickly. Because, like, well, they need to like, just keep the killing coming. I mean, you can see here, they're desperately trying to, like, jab into the side of these silver shields to just support their infantry. Otherwise, they'd be outmatched in most scenarios, I think. Well, look at these poor guys. These thorax down here are getting surrounded. Yeah, so the defenders have to use all their ammo basically to, well, keep the attackers in check. The attackers don't necessarily have to do that. They have more men. They have more melee. They can just throw men, and eventually the attrition will, like, they will either run out of ammo with the defenders, or they'll run out of men to just put in those breach points. They don't have to desperately use their ammo up. Like, they can use it sparingly at this point. Also, they have a lot more archers because it's a 3v4. So they have, like, a whole nother 3 or 4 archers. So, I mean, yeah, they have the advantage in the range. They obviously also have the advantage in infantry. But that range could be massive. Like, oh, what do we have here going in? This is some skirmishers already trying to hold the line. This is not good, I won't lie. Seleucid has arrived at the right time to join the battle, really, because Numidia had a lot more troops here. I mean, it doesn't actually matter because they have broken through here. So Egypt has already broken through, as has the Iceni. So I was about to say they can break through here and like damage the rear of the main front line, but Egypt's already going to do it, and he's actually going to kind of confirm the deaths of all these Numidians still holding this breach here, which is a great shame to see. I don't know what happened to the unit that was on the wall over here. What happened to the unit here? Did it just go and die somewhere else? I have no idea. Maybe it's that one fighting down there. It quite possibly is, actually. Yeah, Desert Legionnaires. Quite possibly is. It's just a shame. It's a shame. These guys are going to just, like, get murdered. Get murdered. And they probably will go to hell because they're... well, they're fighting. They're murdering people as well. They're killing people. You don't go to heaven unless you're a crusader. And you're killing people. And it's going to be killing Muslims, of course. You can't be killing any fellow Christians. That's a big no-no. But you can see here, as we go back to Rome 2, pretend we just didn't talk about 1212 and, like, crusading for, like, a good 2 minutes there. But, yeah, Nabatean, like, swords now holding the line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just set up, yeah, you can see setting up archers, Nubian bows here. Focuses guys down. I get the slingers up. Good target for the slingers. It's a nice flat area, no obstacles in the way. And they could just shoot these guys. I mean, they are bringing up some archers as well. I don't know. These guys look like they've been in combat. They've been pretty beaten up. They still have ammo. But, yeah, just let them shoot the slingers if they have to. It's a better target. Wasting ammo as well on slingers. Got Britain's scout riders in here. Why he just sent his cavalry deep into, like, I don't know, into, like, enemy lines? I do not know. This is not a good unit, like, a good place to be having it. It should have been helping out with the, against the Numidian cav, or it should have been waiting to, like, the defenders do, like, a big retreat, and then you chase down any, like, retreating units, basically. Yeah, there you go. Scout Rider's gone, or they're going to go. But yeah, it looks like Iceni's now really taking over this area here. Him, Iceni and Galatia really doing a lot of work around here. And Galatia, who's, like, spent a long time just like waiting. He's been thinking, how am I going to attack this next bit? He's now ready. He's now decided. He's also probably just waiting for his allies to do a lot of work elsewhere. But he's started to, he's reignited his conflict. Actually, he's already had a bit of a fight here. But yeah, these noble swords, they're going to get jabbed to death. Yep, look at that. That is just brutal. Poor man. He's just like, why did I go to war? I've got a jabbie in my chest. And I don't feel so good about it. Should have held your shield up more. Like this guy here, he's got about 3 in his shield. Oh! That doesn't matter now, though. He's got at least 1 in his neck. Yeah, they're getting it just absolutely massacred, these poor guys. They might as well just go into combat. Actually, it doesn't matter now. They're, yeah, okay, the Galatians are good. Yeah, they only have about 2 jabbies. But already the Nabatean general's, like, very close to the front line. Probably doesn't want to send him up just yet. He's still got archers. He's still got pikes that need him. Could definitely send some pikes up here, though. They have no archer support around here. I mean, obviously, they might just send some as soon as the pikes arrive. Which is worrying for the pikes as well. They have plenty of archers left to the attackers. So, like, that's a worrying sign if you're a pikeman. You're just like, oh, God. I'd send these eastern... Well, actually, keep these eastern archers here is probably a great idea. Because Galatia's not even realised that these guys have no ammo. He's just going to shoot them. I mean, I think he's changed targets now. Got heavy spears. Being focused down. But, yeah, they're having a really rough time here. They are just holding at the bottom of this, like, square here. And I don't know if they've got enough, to be honest. There's still a fair amount of reserves, but not enough, I don't think. I mean, they've got all this artillery up here on the walls. I wonder if they're going to save that for, like, the last minute. I don't think Pontus will be using his, though. Don't think they're going to come around here, pal. I mean, they might. I don't think there's a way up, though. No, there's not even a way up. There's only 2 ways in. It's this one here and this one here. They might use artillery and break a hole, but I don't know where you could really use, like, do that. I guess you could do it here. Put a hole in the wall here. And then you could send troops in, open up a 3rd breach point. That's not a bad idea, actually. Just thinking about that, I would do that now if I was playing on this map. If you're able to go through that like sort of area, I'd do that. See Iceni in combat now. I love these heavy spears. They look awesome. I should use them all. I mean, I say that. They're probably not very good. That's the thing. They look amazing, but aren't very good. Yeah, Desert Spears, they're winning this combat against ambushes. No surprise, ambushes. I mean, the skill is in the name. They don't do well just fighting one-on-one. They're better flanking and to surrounding units. That's what they're, or just being like there early game. They just harass like your archers and like get them, like catch them unawares, or I don't know, a general unit try and catch him unawares if he's a bit weakened up. But these Iceni seem to do a bit of work now. These Legionnaires are having a rough time. They're tired. They've seen too much action. And look at this. Iceni's in behind now. Iceni has done a lot of good work. I mean, his troops are so much more fresh. So he's kind of taking over from Galatia in a lot of areas. And yeah, he's got Chosen Spearband and Heroic Nobles. His general, in fact, coming around. And he's able to go and just like move on to the next line of defense. And yeah, everything that's left here, it's kind of done for. It's a real shame. But looks like they're now defending the steps. And this is the next line of defense. We've got sharp stones here. They'll slow units down. We've got what have we got here? We've got a general actually now already being sent up. Looks like we're gonna have some desert cohort as well. So we've got some of the elites now appearing, and they're already gonna go into combat. The ambushes against these desert cohort. Yeah, they probably aren't gonna survive. These desert cohort will probably eat them for lunch. They will destroy them. I mean, the ambushers have no armor. These desert cohort are some pretty damn armored up boys. Oh, yeah, they're getting jabbed. Like, you can see all the pilum just like embedded in their chest. That guy's got 3 in him. Poor man. Yeah, and they're coming up in like 1s and 2s as well. That's the only issue coming up these steps. It's a really hard place to assault. Because the unit just kind of, it doesn't bug out, but it's just like, what do we do sort of thing. They should just get some archers and start shooting to the flanks here. That'll help them. And it looks like that's exactly what Pontus is going to do. I wouldn't bother doing it with this unit. This unit's going to just kill off. But yeah, I'd certainly like get your throw spears ready. And just javvy down into any obscured flanks here. Not obscured, exposed. when you get the chance. But yeah, it looks like well, these are slingers. These aren't going to be any use at this angle. So he's kind of missed his chance of using them. That's why I say you should use them at the wall if you can use slingers. I think it's the best chance to get on an elevated spot. But you can see here, Seleucid still looks really fresh. I mean, I'd say Iceni looks really fresh. Galatia and Egypt. I mean, Egypt still has quite a lot, to be fair. Galatia's probably the most beat up out of all the attacks. He's got like 4 non-general, like, melee units, basically. His general's like makes a 5th, but he is pretty beaten up at this point. There you go. The ambushes are going to break in any second now. I'm going to have the same on the other side. We're going to have Eastern archers that are staying up here. So they clearly prepared for this final defense. They were like, well, it's a 3v4. It's unlikely that we are going to be able to stand this long, but we have this citadel here, and this is a good citadel. And I've just realized that we have some side chariots here from Nabatea. That could be a huge unit. This unit can rack up hundreds of kills, and these guys are probably gonna. I think they're gonna do that. I think they like. I mean, certainly going against Iceni, lot of poorly armored units, so they might be able to do okay. To be fair, Galatia. Kind of the same. They're fairly armored, but I mean, they're not as armored as, say, like the Egyptians or Seleucids, I think. But I mean, even still, even like against well-armored units, these guys will still do well. They'll still take names as chariots. As we just look at some of these Galatian Royal Guard, they look awesome. Got loads of Celts here today, even all like Gallic factions. Yeah, Celtic, Gallic, same sort of really idea. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who performs the best for all the Celts. And it looks like Galatia's going to take it on himself to attack over here. We've got some hoplites ready. This is a pretty weak spot to attack. I mean, there's no pikes over here. So I definitely would rather attack this side if I was attackers. The only issue is there are towers. I mean, there's towers on that side as well. But yeah, I'd attack here. These hoplites have no chance against the Galatian Legionnaires. They're still, I mean, they're pretty beaten up, but they are, well, they are fresh in numbers. But I mean, I say that, then you've got the side chariot here, which is still hidden. Oh, this could actually cause a lot of panic for Galatia. He might lose all his army. I'd definitely be going after a general. Oh yeah, going after a general is a noble horse. Definitely, I think cavalry's just as vulnerable to chariots as infantry. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it's the case. We're going to have some weakened units being sent up by Egypt. I'm not surprised. Send up the weak first, or like the battered. Let them waste ammo on that. But, okay, I've just realised, yeah, what have they done here then? So, they made a mistake here, because the unit that was defending this side has fallen back. They've decided to not bother with it, and this unit stood its ground, so it's going to have to run a long way back, and hope that it's not going to get caught out by the Egyptians. But the Egyptians have stood their ground. They probably should have caught that unit. They could have definitely caught this unit here. But maybe they're just quite happy. They think they got the numbers. They're going to just go without. But yeah, you can see the Nabatean chariot has been committed. It is in here now. It's doing its bit. I don't know if it got any, like, many kills. The general is taking chase. Has he got all his chariots left? That's the more important thing. It does have all his chariots left. Yeah, it only lost a few men. If they go for the archers, that's a good target. Or you could probably just wipe out most of Galatia. They now know about it. That's the thing. I would have waited until Galatia sent him the troops. Sending the troops to go and help here, and then there's even less defending this area. Because I don't think Galatia's going to get any help. I think if the attackers have gone, we're just going to attack the choke point. And Galatia's probably begging, like, I need more men. There's a chariot around here. They've got manic horses. And they're just like, what? Can't hear you. Yeah, we'll send you a postcard, sort of thing. Yeah, you can see the Pontic. Archers getting ready, loosing off. I would hold on. I would hold fire. They're not going to kill many of you guys. They're just like on chronolations up here. When they're shooting archers, not a bad target, to be fair. Because then they can't use these guys against your pikes. But I just wait for until like they come up here. They start to obscure their flanks and shoot them there. Obscure, exposed. For some reason I want to use obscure to really explain exposed. Obscure is blocking. I guess it's sort of like blocking your view because they are getting in. They're getting in your way, so it's kind of a block. But it really is exposing, not exposing. I mean, this is a solid line. This is more hoplites here. We've got Desert Cohort. We've got Nabatean Thorax Pikes already being committed. Okay, it's not a bad area for them actually to go. It's going to be hard for archers to get a lot of kills. They'll have to like fire over the top and try and hit these pikes on an angle. But yeah, it will be hard. Will be hard. I mean, they've got the Desert Cohort here, which can help with missile block. So they might be okay. They might be okay. I have a feeling it won't be. But we'll see. Ah, here we go. Galatia's gone in. And yeah, these hoplites, they're doing okay. They're combat even. It's the best you can ask for at this point. I mean, maybe because the Galatians are really tired, that might be an issue. Like for them. Yeah, these hoplites are fresh. They should hold the ground for a while. Oh, that guy there just like was floating in midair for a moment. That poor hoplite. He's learned how to fly. You keep seeing like a few hoplites go too far forward and they start to float. It's quite funny and goofy. But yeah, still combat even. I wonder how that long will last. Scythe chariots now hidden. They are hidden and they are going around for other targets. There is a, I mean, there's heroic nobles here. This is not a bad target. Go for these guys. Like, if you look at how armored they are, they're pretty well armored. But I mean, I feel like these legs here. You see these legs? They're pretty easy to chop off. I think with a Scythe chariot. I think they're choppable legs. They're only wearing trousers. No armor there. I mean, even if you had armor on your legs, you'd still get your leg chopped off with a Scythe chariot. It is a nasty business. Like, look at this again. Seleucid is quite happy just to sit back and just let the other three do all the work now. He just wants to basically have the largest army left to take the glory. This might be a problem. He should really be attacking at the same time. Pontus should really turn his artillery around as well. And you can turn these artillery to face in the other direction. Like, they will have like a 45-degree angle. But you can force them to turn the entire thing around. So you could fire and just go and harass these thorax here and rack up some kills. You can get like 100, 200 kills with a Bastion Ballista quite easily. Yeah, and there you go. And he goes with his Scythe chariots. He's causing havoc. He saw that general, and he's a good idea. General sniping is going to be one of the few ways that they're going to be able to kill anything in this battle. Like, if they want to win this battle, in fact. But yeah, just like how they use Scythe chariots. It looks so goofy, I think. They kind of just get stuck in here. I feel like since you're getting blood and gore, and you see heads getting chopped off, I want to see legs getting chopped off when it comes to, like, chariots. But hey, look, the general's wavering. He's shaking. He's not quite stirred. But he's pretty battered up. He's going to definitely be well defended now. And the Scythe chariots still have all of their, well, all their chariots. And look at this. It's really stirred a hornet's nest. They are sending, like, half their army. So, like, Egypt sent his entire army to go and try and deal with these chariots. I get them out of here and just, buy your defenders, like, allies a few more minutes. Such a bizarre thing. Why Egypt is like sending troops all the way from the front line, literally men that were probably ready to go in. Nah, mate, just go and get those chariots. They're a real issue. Like, what? It's mad. Madness. These hoplites here losing decisively to heroic nobles, who are also losing decisively, or losing. No one's a winner in war. That's always what I say when you see that happen. The only way you can be a winner of war, is if you're the god of war, I guess. Good old Ares. Or Mars, depends if you're Roman or Greek. He's the only one that's loving this right now. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, Egypt sends... What is Egypt doing? He's just going to dedicate his whole army to just kind of block off this area. If that's the case, now Tate might as well just go off and finish off Galatia. He's got a lot less troops left. I mean, this is a bit dangerous as well. Just sending his general all the way up here, Galatia. Just get him sniped by the tower, possibly. Needs to be careful. Certainly a few chinks starting to appear in the like the defending, not in the defending, the attacking sort of like army. But I mean, if you look at the balance of power, it's still not looking good. It's still not looking good. And there you go, Javi's coming up. Is this I wonder if this general's dead. Is the British general dead? He's not. He's general nearby. He's still alive in this tiny unit. Why send him up? This poor man's just getting focused down. Like, this is just like every Christmas to the Pontic Thoros spears on top of that wall. They're like, yep, yeah, general's a snipe, I'll do it. Just give me a second. Yeah, general recently died for Iceni. So that's huge. Iceni had a lot of troops left, or had a fair amount of troops left. But look at that chain route and a half. Oh my gosh, spear band 109, and they're gonna break. Oh my gosh, that could be huge. This could make it a 3v3. This is actually mad. Actually, it's gonna be mad. There's a chance, but I mean, Seleucus now bringing up his army, so I mean, any like they was probably like, the defenders like, yes, I seen he's basically finished. I mean, Galatia's not far off as well, and then you see like the Seleucid appear with his juggernaut of an army still, and he's got pikes. He's probably he's got thorax pikes. He's got silver shield swords. He's got thoros spears. He's got all sorts left, and you're just kind of like, oh god. And he's got archers with plenty of ammo, I imagine. I mean, he has been firing a bit, but not masses. He's barely had to do any fighting. Yeah, these guys are probably just like, oh god, we've got to fight all this. And they're running out of reserves. They're like having to send in like all sorts. They've got like skirmishers that are now out of ammo. They're nearly getting sent in. It's gonna be close. And yeah, they're using up so much ammo just trying to break like the Iceni. They're gonna have nothing left for the Seleucids. Oh, it's gonna be a worry. It's gonna be a worry. And you look at this. Oh, the side chariots are being routed. They've been chased down by the cavalry. No, they were doing so well. How many kills have they got? 241, it's pretty solid. They're broken. How many? I think there's only, yeah. Okay, there's 3 left. Wherever they are. Yeah, they still cause damage, I presume, when they're like, yeah, they still cause damage when they're retreating. This poor guy here just found out the hard way. Yeah, they might return. They might return. No, I'm gonna say no. Actually, they're broken. They're probably not. They're probably gone. Gone for good. And they haven't killed that general. That's a shame. Actually, ooh, look at that wavering now. They might just do it. They're going back straight back for more. Oh, you should at least don't like wait a second. Just let them like stabilize, then go for them. Yeah, they could go for the general. They could go through, get all these archers. Oh no, the general's realized. He's like, right, you want round 2? We'll have round 2. And he's just gonna send all of his cavalry in here. And I mean, this chariot. Oh yeah, they're not even looking the right way. No, don't rally them and then just send them to their deaths. These poor men. Oh, he's realized at the right time, and these guys have, they're broken again. Oh, poor them. Yeah, they should have just charged in, just a suicide charge. They could have got the general. And that would have been Galatia and Iceni without a general. Egypt's even got cavalry here that he's not even used yet. Jeez. Yeah, the chariot's gone now. Ah, that's a big shame. Big shame. But, they've done their bit. They've done their bit. If Galatia's general had died, that would have been even better, but who knows? Might still get him with like a random arrow or something. But Pike's now being sent in by Nabatea. He's got his thorax pikes up here. It doesn't look like the attackers are doing anything to try and stop it. They've got archers up here, but they're still not really doing much for that. I mean, I can also tell they've got that for artillery firing because I can see men on fire. A lot of men on fire. And I've been manually firing this every single time. You want to manual fire. Get as many kills as possible. That thing. And then in comes some catapult crew from the Iceni. They're throwing in the dregs of their army now, the Iceni. I mean, yeah, you can see the archers back here. They're trying to set up, support the... like to shoot the pikes, but they're getting shot by artillery. That's a really good idea. I mean, it's possibly not the best. Oh, actually, it's even better, definitely. Take out the silver shields behind. They're trying to burn the artillery now. Not a bad idea. Are they going to take any out? I mean, you can see a few getting a bit burned, but nothing too serious just yet. Might take a few more volleys, but yeah, if they could just... I mean, they're wasting ammo on that instead of the pikes. That's a good thing. And they've actually charged forward upon us, and they've stopped these archers from firing. That's also a nice little tactic there. Hopefully Seleucid realizes, because then he can just get rid of another infantry unit, which, I mean, the defenders can't really afford to lose. This is 60-odd like hoplites that really need to hold their ground. And here you go, silver shields now coming in. They're going to be overwhelmed. They're going to overwhelm the hoplites. So I mean, yeah, you can see the defenders. They've got like barely anything left, barely a thing left. Over here, Egypt is having a bit of joy, but not much, I wouldn't say. These pikes and throw spears here still holding the line. And the hoplites. Gotta respect this. This is a... I mean, this is a solid line. Let's just like look at the sheer amount of men in here. We've got like heavy spears as well for Nabatea. There's a lot in there. Wow. Yeah, they're not breaking through there anytime soon. I mean, they've got a lot of men though. They probably can do it, but they're going to shoot them first. They're going to shoot every single last one of those guys. It looks like... I was about to say I thought Numidian lost his general, but... no, he's just in a weird formation. And they're going to surround units. Look at this. They're being aggressive with the attackers. Not the attackers, the defenders. There's a desert cohort with 130 men to surround this silver shield. It's holding its ground, but I mean, Seleucid needs to get more units up here. He needs to get more. He's been a bit slow. He's not got like any reserves really available. And look at that. He's going to go and defend like the choke point over here now. Force these guys back. Try and break them. That's not a bad idea. You can't do the same really on this side, but that's a shame. Now he's going to fall back. Okay, that's probably the smartest idea. They haven't got enough resources to hold this side. I mean, they could also just send a unit up and flank. Because, well, I mean, these silver shields are going to win anyway. But yeah, this is turning into a bit of a messy siege for the attackers. You can see all their bodies. They are piling up now. And these desert cohort are getting a lot of kills. Look at that. That looks awesome. Looks amazing. Oh, and the pikes then coming forward. Oh, looks awesome. Yeah, here comes the next wave. It's Thoros spears. So, I mean, nothing too scary. Silver shields a bit more. And it looks like archers are going to shoot down, and they're just having a juke off with the Syrian archers. But I mean, yeah, these Nabateans can't win this fight. They should get on the walls. They should get on the walls here. They can then have a better angle. They have more protection. You could shoot the Egyptian general if they wanted to. Don't think it's worth it. He's a bit too fresh. Yeah, these Egyptians and Galatians, they've take all the time in the world, really. It's kind of the same with Seleucid. I mean, Seleucid's not really taking the time in the world. He's just throwing punches. And these silver shields are losing, I think, because the pikes are here. And yeah, now he's just like falling back his desert cohort. He's like, right, you can just face the pikes. And Seleucid's like, well, what do I do now? What do I do now, almost? Like, I can't fight this. But he's going to stand there and take it. I would fall back, throw javis if I have them. Or get archers up at this point. Just get archers in focus. There, you can't have much archer ammo left. Or catapult ammo. So, I mean, I just get archers up, start to break them. Or get your Thoros spears. Get the Thoros spears. But, I mean, they still got this arch tower here as well. I'm sure this guy's, like, racking up kills for the defenders. I mean, if he's not, then he's done a bad job. Pontus is, like, near... I mean, actually, Pontus is not out at all. He's still got plenty over here. This is main defense here. This is really turning into a really nice siege. You can see here, the archer's now going up now. Galatia's, like, gone, right, men, you've run out of ammo. Your time is here. You're ready to die. This is your time to die. Just go and run onto the ends of those hoplite spears. They might break a few spears doing that. It's like that. It's like the Shrek. It's like the first Shrek sort of meme. It's like some of you may yet survive, or something like that. Many of you will die, but some of you may yet survive. It goes something like that. I can't remember. I watched Shrek in ages. Yeah, these archers, they're tiny little daggers, just like poking forward, and the whole place is just like, that's funny. Here's a spear. Yeah, more coming forward now. Egypt's going to contribute some stuff. Pikes going up. That is a good unit to be sending forward. I think we already mentioned, I don't think they have pikes here. I think they, like, Nabatea keeps deciding, he's like, at one point he's like, yeah, I'll send a pike over to, like, the main line. Then there's the side front, he kind of goes, oh, I'll send it back over here now. But, yeah, this is definitely a good area to put pikes. Definitely a good area to put pikes. It certainly doesn't look like they have a pike unit in here. I mean, they have some long-ass spears, but I'm going to say... Oh, no. Yeah, no, they have a... Oh, no. Pontus has a pike unit. Okay. Bronze shield pike. Okay, so you know, they don't even need Nabatea's pikes. Yeah, they're going to need pikes in here if they're going to want to break through. But, I mean, that pike line, it's going to be hard to form up on these stairs. And, I mean, you kind of get onto the stairs and you get instantly speared by a pike. These poor guys. This kind of reminds me of 300 almost. Like, these poor, like, archers just, like, getting killed, like, mercilessly. And, like, the hoplites are just like, yeah, we're just gonna keep on killing them. Keep on killing them. Oh my gosh, this is brutal. Like, these guys just come up and they get speared by either a pike or a hoplite. This is murder. Look, and the bodies are piling up. This is, like, this area is just gonna be covered with them. Covered in bodies. Yeah, occasionally like a hoplite dies, but like hardly ever. Oh, it's because the pikes are coming up now. Any hoplite spot like beyond the pike line are getting like speared themselves now. Oh my gosh, yeah, loads of pikes now for Egypt being sent up. Oh, it's gonna be a pike stab off. I would say that the bronze shields should win that fight. They are ever so slightly more expensive than normal pikes. Whether they could take on 2, I'm not sure. Probably not. They're going to need a lot of help from this archer tower here. So the pike line is still holding for Pontus. How long it will hold, I have no idea. But I mean, their throw spears are certainly getting beaten up. You can see them getting knocked back here, and they're just like, oh, as they get hit by like another long pike, just like, ow, that really hurt. But yeah, something's breaking. What's breaking there? Royal Peltasts. I think they were already pretty beaten up, but there's plenty more Peltasts from where they came from. And yeah, Sluic's got a lot of reserves and stuff ready here. He's got like a bit of a camp being built here almost. All his troops is ready. And he's falling back some troops for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's because the pikes are here. He's setting up his own pikes. His own thorax pikes now getting the go-ahead to go forward. I mean, they need to put that down their pikes soon. Otherwise, they're just going to run in and just get themselves killed. Yeah, here we go. Thorax pikes going down. This is going to be the real like clincher. Who's going to win this? It's going to be the Nabatean thorax pikes, or it'll be the thorax pikes of the Seleucids. My money, I think, is on the Seleucids just because of numbers. But they are getting focused down. It looks like I think these Numidian noble cavalry back here are firing their javelins. They've left their javelins just perfectly for this thorax pikes. They've still got the arty as well, so this arty here could get a lot of kills. I hope it still has ammo anyway. I can just shoot down some of these pikes. I mean, there's a huge blob of infantry back here. You should be shooting that anyway. This is a huge like target. I definitely would obviously want to be shooting the pikes. Oh, it looks like they've got some bronze shield pikes up here as well. Okay, that's really good to see. They've got some more pikes over here, and they can be used to, well, look at this. It's just basically, it's I don't know what, a C shape of pikes basically. Yeah, there's no way that the defenders are probably getting pushed back anytime soon. It's definitely going to be this flank over here. If this breaks, which it might, then they're in trouble. But I mean, there's a bronze pikeman here still, healthy numbers, and they can do a lot of damage. I mean, what have we got here? We've got pikemen. Actually, they're losing. I mean, well, they say that they are combat, like, I don't know. It says not in combat actually, but they've got like a green, like cross swords. But yeah, they've gone back to combat even. Yeah, I mean, they are losing a lot of men though. They're losing a lot more men than the bronze shield. They're like having to come up the hill almost to try and bring their pikes up, and they're getting speared for it. I just wouldn't bother setting anything else in but the pikes. If I was Egypt, these pikes are, well, this is a pike only battle. This really. It does look glorious. Does look glorious. I will give them that. And what is coming over here? Noble swords. So they've still got some reserves. I mean, it's mainly generals at this point. Well, the onager is out of ammo. That's a shame. Don't know if we got any more shots off, and we might have missed a few. But yeah, I mean, I think it might have, because this thorax pikes is very, very low. But yeah, so now, who knows? Whoever has like the most pikemen left is probably going to win this. Looking more like Seleucids are running out of pikes right now. I mean, the defenders have so many left. They might just they might clinch this. Who knows? Balance power still is like not in favor of the defenders. But yeah, they're gonna have to like break through here. It looks like they're getting close. I say that. It looked like, I thought they saw some troops on the top of the hill that were like attackers, and I was like, oh, they've broken through the pikes, but no, they haven't. The desert heavy spearmen are now going down. That's a poor decision. There's all these pikes here. Just should not have anything else in there. And this is they're the only protection to those bronze shield pikes. They need to be careful. Oh, yeah, they're getting massacred by those Galatians. They're starting to work their way up. Yeah, the pike line is certainly thinning for the defenders. Or it's not as, like, regimented as it used to be. And yeah, these poor, look at this. What is he doing here? I don't know if this is, like, just because he, like, dropped out and the AI took over. But yeah, the attackers just decide, right, we're just, oh, not the attackers, the Nabateans decide, right, we're setting in our spears. I mean, he lost so many men doing that. And he's still losing men. He's losing decisively. Yeah, I think he's trying to fall back now, but that was a bad move. I don't know if it was a mistake or, yeah, AI took over. I'm going to say it was a mistake because he's fallen back. AI wouldn't do that. So that's a big win there for the for the attackers. They just killed off a bunch of those spearmen. They've still got to kill off all these pikes though, who are really chevroned up. I wonder how many like chevrons they've earned just in this battle alone. But yeah, so I mean the Egyptians are running out of reserves though. They are running out. I mean Galatia's still setting up some more Galatian legionnaires, so they're not short yet. I'll be falling stuff back. If these Galatian Legionnaires have Javies, just set up the Javies. Just get them to fire. It looks like they're sending more archers in that direction, and cavalry. They must be worried about this area here then, the defenders. It is a lot of troops here, all just pressuring one unit, and it's a pike unit. I mean, that's not really a worry, to be honest, though. These guys can take it. These guys can take it. Maybe they're thinking they're going to send the general over, because they're like the general from Mercedes, he has like Javi ability, so if he's got any left, maybe they're going to just Javi. Yeah, I think they are going to do the Cantabrian like circle, and they're going to just throw Javis as they like come by. Not a bad idea. Well, at least that looks like what they're doing anyway. They might not actually have any Javis. They're just doing the Cantabrian circle because they fancy it. But yeah, Seleucid's kind of turned into a bit of a... this is just a... well... it's like the trenches, basically. It's just nothing going on. They're just going to look at each other and wait until one moves. And I can't see that happening. But we are running out of time, and the defenders look like they're going to do it. If it's a timed match, which I think it is, then they don't have to hold out for much longer. I do believe this is a timed match, so they just have to hold, and they're doing a good job. I mean, that's why Seleucus can't really hold up. He's got like 60 odd minutes to well, he's not even got that. He's got like 3 minutes now at this point to try and win a battle. The pikes are holding them back on the far side. They could break through here though. If it was a 4v4, I think the defenders had this, because these three defenders here have done a really good job in like nullifying a lot of the defenders, the attacker stuff. I mean, they've done, yeah, it's just such a good job. I mean, yeah, look at this now. They're really throwing in the silver shields. They're trying to break through. There is actually a gap here in the line. I hope they've seen this. This is also, oh yeah, this is, oh, they're through. Oh no. Yeah, there's a gap in the line here. A huge gap in the line. How did they not see this before? Between the thorax, and, well, yeah, the two thorax pike units. There's a huge gap there. So, yeah, they are in behind now. The Seleucids are in. Finally, their patience has paid off. And now we're going to surround the pikes. And this could be the make or break. They're going to have to send all those reserves that they sent over to the far side back here, try and reform. But it's not going to matter now, because the pikes are, like, getting killed off. And the pikes is the only worry for the attackers, really. I mean, they are trying to fall back their stuff. They're desperately throwing in, like, infantry, all sorts. If it's still time, they've still got plenty. I mean, they've not got plenty, but the attackers can still win this. They just have to get these men, get these pike, get them killed, then rush for the cap point and take it. They've just got to take the cap point. They don't have enough time to kill all the men. Oh, it's going to be close. Look at that. Look at these like blood-stained pikes. They're reforming this pike line here. They realise that it's done. It's finished. What's this? Thorax pikes going in here. I don't even think they've got their pikes out. They've sent these guys in without their pikes. You'd break them so much quicker if you went in with pikes. But yeah, look at this. This is a weird C shape now, holding these guys back. It's basically just every man in here to the last. Looks quite fun from bird's eye view, I won't lie. At least they got some thorax pikes left. But not many. Not many. Still a big gap here they can go through. I don't know why they haven't tried to do that again. This is a huge gap here. Getting behind this thorax pike very easily. But they are running out of time. It looks like the seconds are going down. And I think the attackers are realizing it is probably over. I don't think they're going to get in. The defenders are going to hold. I think they would break them down eventually. If it wasn't timed, they would obviously break this defense down. It looks like they are starting to run out of troops. I mean, they're sending in some cohort here. I think all the pikes are dead for Egypt, so that's a big win there for the defenders. But yeah, they are sending in like pikes to try and no, not pikes, legionnaires now to hold back the Galatian legionnaires. It's an all or nothing thing right now, and yeah, here we go. The last few seconds ticking down, and they've just about held them. They're still doing enough damage. Like the generals here, just countercharging. But there you go, a costly victory for the defenders. They did a really good job. I did not think they were going to do it, but they managed to hold out for the whole like hour, so well done to them. So yeah, so I'll have a look quickly at Mercedes' units. I mean, his general only getting 64 kills. His African Onager 347, insane. His Javis 144. His Desert Cohort getting 204, the best one. His Legionnaires 160, and yeah, his like vigilantes and slaves did like nothing. So that army was played by Turbo Fisto, who sent this replay in, so thank you very much to him. Then we have Emmerich III, who's playing as Pontus. His general, like, untouched, only getting 61 kills. His archers, the best one, getting 224. His pikes, 1,030 kills. Insane. Wow. Okay, that is amazing. And then we've got, yeah, the hoplites, like, getting no kills. He got, like, a massacred. But then we've got Pontic swords getting, well, like, 100 kills, 130 kills. They did pretty well. And then his Thoros Spears getting 124. Then we just some loser who was playing as Nabatea. He got 244 kills with his side chariots, 237 with his Nabatean heavy archers. His desert spears didn't get that many kills. His Nabatean swords again kind of got outmatched. His pikes getting 311, so they did really well. His noble swords getting 104, so they did pretty solid. So well done to some loser as well. Then we have Nomads Vili, who was playing as the Seleucids. He was kind of a bit, like, I thought he was a bit slow in some areas, like just let his teammates go and help, or not even like, not just attack, and he didn't help. That's what I meant. But yeah, he's still got some good kills though. I mean, his archers didn't get great kills, but his silver shield's getting 259. That's pretty good. 316, even better. His pikes got like no kills. It's a shame, and his thorax getting 127, and his thoros getting 117. Then we have Castor Torex, who's playing as Egypt. His general like got no kills, and he nearly died. I didn't even realize. His Galatian Royal Guard getting 122. His pikes getting 145. His peltas getting 152, and his thorax swords getting 147, and his thorax getting 167. So well done to him. Then we have Leyden, who's playing as Galatia. His Syrian archers getting 96 kills, so that's okay. Then spammed out the Legionnaires as you should as Galatia. And I think the best one here getting 187 kills, so really good. Or 230, there you go, even better. Then we have El Wolverino, who's playing as the Iceni. His general like got absolutely massacred by those chariots, so he did not do very well, only getting 47 kills. His heavy onager was mainly making holes in the wall, only getting 57 kills. His cav just kind of just got wasted. His ambushes, yeah, they didn't like do too well either, getting 92 kills. His slingers could have definitely done a little bit better, I think, if they were put on the walls, getting 51 kills. His chosen spear band getting 102, and his heroic nobles doing really well. They were like the cream of his army, getting 204 and 317, so they did really well. So well done to him as well. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this replay, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires,